The promised Messiah ﷺ states that I say truly that those who were brought to life by the Messiah died, but those who drinks from my hand, from what has been given to me, he will not die at all. The life-giving things that I state, and the wisdom that I express, if somebody else can provide this, then assume that I have not come from Almighty Allah. But if this wisdom and knowledge, which is like life-giving water for dead people, if it cannot be obtained elsewhere, then you will have no excuse for this crime, that you rejected his fountainhead, that fountainhead that was opened in the heavens. Nobody can stop this on the earth. So do not hasten to contend and confront this, otherwise you will come under this blame, regarding which Allah the Almighty says, وَلَا تَقْفُ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ إِنَّ السَّمْعَ وَالْبَصَرَ وَالْفُؤَادَ كُلُّ أُولَئِكَ كَانَ عَنْهُ مَسْئُولًا. That is, and follow not that of which you have no knowledge. Surely the ear and the eye and the heart, all these shall be called to account. He said, do not exceed in ill thinking and also in suspicion. May it not be that you will be grabbed because of what you say. Then the promised Messiah ﷺ states that, O Muslims, if with a true heart you believe in Almighty Allah and His Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and you await the help of Allah, then know that certainly the time of help has arrived. And this arrangement is not from any humans, and nor did any human plan lay the foundation for this. That promised dawn has arrived, which has been promised in previous holy scriptures. God Almighty remembered and helped you at a time of dire need. The time was near that you were going to fall into the pit of destruction, but His noble hand raised you quickly. So be grateful and rejoice that now this day of prosperity and freshness has arrived. The garden of the ever-living God that has been saturated with the blood of the righteous ones, Allah will never let it go to waste. He does not want at all, like the other religions, Islam should become like old myths or old stories in which there are no current blessings. At the time of pitch darkness, Allah the Almighty provides light. So Hazur says, thus Allah the Almighty's mercy, when excited, that Khalifa of Allah who was sent, according to our belief, fulfilling the prophecies of the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, he brought back the faith from the Pleiades. And he revealed the real light of Islam to us. After him, the sequence of Khilafat was established according to his prophecy. And with respect to this institution of Khilafat, he has said, as did the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, in the hadith that I read out. He said that when I depart, Allah the Almighty will send the second manifestation for you, which will remain for you for all times to come. And Hazur says, and this fact, as I have stated, was mentioned by the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Ahmadis, to the extent that they can, should most certainly convey this message, that if you see that your sustenance is under the shelter of Khilafat, then in accordance with the prophecy of the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, this Khilafat is already established. A fervent revolt is not required for this. There is no need for bullets to be fired for this. And this reward can only be established through Allah the Almighty's blessings, and this has been established through the blessings of Allah, and not through the efforts of the people and their schemes. So come, and becoming a part of this divine institution, become the means of strengthening the Muslim Ummah, the community of Muslims. This is the way of developing absolute faith in God, and this is the means that love of the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and obedience to him can truly and really be demonstrated. May Allah enable the Muslims to comprehend this fundamental point, and instead of putting their foot here and there, they should tread on the path expounded by Allah the Almighty. Nonetheless, this is the way and this is the means that this person stated was the solution, and this is a spiritual institution that is required by the Muslim Ummah to absorb the blessings of Almighty Allah. And when towards this, whenever the opportunity arises, Ahmadis keep reminding towards this, and they will keep on drawing attention towards this, that by believing the Messiah and the Mahdi, you will provide the means to your sustenance and survival. Anyhow, like I have stated, Ahmadis should pay special heed to prayers, and also they should go on educating the people to this effect. That Allah the Almighty bestows upon every Muslim country such vigilant, righteous, and people desirous of justice and who fear Allah as their leaders. Up till now, wherever there is unrest or wherever there is apparently peace, in terms of the rulers there, we see that they only have their personal interest in view. And those who are prospective rulers or leaders, they also appear as those who have vested interests. The faces change, but their style and behavior remain the same. Now when the reaction in certain countries is beginning to emerge, and their time is running out or has run out, then the dictator, he starts to raise slogans for the rights of the people. If they had been mindful of this earlier, then neither would property be harmed so badly, and neither would there be so much loss of life. Now it seems as if no country is safe from this. Which powers are working behind the scenes, and whether they are really trying to bring about peace in these countries, or they are trying to grab the seat of power, or whether they are merely trying to cause disorder. In any case, in Saudi Arabia, where strong monarchy is established, they too, seeing the reaction of the people in neighboring countries, they have declared that they will also provide facilities to the public. Nonetheless, in this situation, certain powers are emerging. We can say that these powers, with new resources and equipment, are scheming to enter this field. There are those people who reassure the big powers that you have tried your past slaves, now try us as well. Or the previous leaders, they put some people before their masters who deliver this promise to them. Or they will deliver this promise that the government policy will remain the same, and that we are going to ensure your interests are safeguarded. By changing faces, the people will be happy and satisfied for some time, and the restlessness will come to an end. However, the idea now emerging in people, the feeling now developing in people, the analysis being presented by analysts, what is being made evident, that people have obtained so much understanding that now they will not allow this method to continue for any long time. It is possible that this period of unrest will persist for a long duration. Secondly, something that is extremely dangerous is that out of these circumstances, extremist religious groups, they are trying and will try to take advantage. In fact, they are already taking advantage. It is highly likely that at the outset they will display a very moderate attitude, or they will claim that they are moderate. However, slowly and gradually the reality will come to the surface. And because of this, there is a danger that a phase of great difficulty will descend upon the Muslim world. It is quite obvious that the big powers, to counter this, will implement secret and visible policies, and this will be the means of causing Muslims to suffer. The big powers will never tolerate that in certain or particular areas their interests are harmed or damaged. There is the silence between major powers, or the Cold War, which slowly but gradually is once again nearing its climax. As a consequence, anxiety and disorder is continuing to spread with the help of various groups. Nowadays, there are certain third world poor countries, in fact it should be said there are Muslim countries, whose internal turmoil is a result of the conflict of interest between many of the major powers. And, as I have stated, the agony of Muslim countries is that normally its leaders, they do not fulfill the obligation of safeguarding the national interests. Due to their ego, arrogance and vested interests, they have become tools in the hands of others. And then, because the mullah, who is bereft of taqwa,